I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop.
Well, we've given it a couple hours. Definitely set up by now. Well, I wouldn't say it was bulletproof, but it's a lot stronger than what it was. Now it's time to install the rivets. Now the directions say use a 9/64 drill bit. That's a 64th bigger than what standard rivet instructions call for, because these would be 1/8" rivets. 9/64 is a little large. That's what they recommend, but I'm going to go with the 1/8". I have to grip that very hard, just enough to make sure I got a hold of it and it doesn't fall over. Well, these rivets seem awfully long. They stick out the back a heck of a ways there. Now, these are the rivets that came with it. When I put it through, it sticks out in the back about that far. This is a rivet that I have from a kit here. These are approximately a 1/4 inch long. Got a few longer ones in there, but that's just because they got in there somehow. I think I'm going to go with a 1/4 inch ones. I don't think I need to have all this sticking out the back. We'll just put those into that box. We'll save them for another job. That's going to stick out about that far. That ought to do a fine job. Slide that over. Make sure I've got it pushed up tightly. Then I just compress the two handles together. And there we go. Pull that up nice and tight. With this type of rivet, that head, when the pliers grips a hold of this shaft, it pulls on that, it draws this head down into the tube and expands the tube. So if we use the longer rivets, this gets pulled down into that tube okay, but it has a long ways to go before it gets down to this point where it flares out and grabs a hold of the back of that wall and locks the rivet in place. So you're going to end up with this head having to pull all the way down through the tube that far, and you're going to end up with this much of the tube sticking out the back. It's expanded, but it's still sticking out the back. So I think running the shorter rivets is better. You can see the head being pulled into the tube. And the tube expanding. Then the head comes down against the end of this their pliers here, and it breaks it off. There's a little weak spot there where the metal has been pinched. And you can see where the gripping jaws and the riveter have grabbed a hold of that rod and pulled it through the rivet. Sometimes you can put them in this way too. Use the riveter as a handle to help guide them through. That's helpful when the rivet's back at a blind hole. You can't get to it very easy. There. Nice and solid. Now that wall sits down on the box below, and this one does too. So it's got a good sound support all the way through there. I shouldn't have any more trouble with that console breaking. I'm going to put some spray adhesive on this. Kind of give this some support, help hold it together. And this is DAP Weldwood multi-purpose spray adhesive. I originally got it to stick stencils on rocks when I was carving the rocks. It works quite well. Now I can see that this is badly stained, and I'm questioning whether I want to put that on there without cleaning it. And I think I want to clean it before I put it on there and get that. Because really, if I clean it this way, all that's going to happen is all that dirt's going to go through the cloth and into the foam, and I'll just have a wet console for quite a while. I'm going to take this and wash it.
After washing, it's got to sit and dry for a while, but it's done now.
And this thing slips back on like this. Sounds easier than what it's going to be. These things always seem like they're going to be simple. Well, it wasn't too bad. Seems solid enough. All back together, ready to install. Gotta get some of that shredded foam off of it. Wasn't really that difficult. Seems to have held up well. I was lucky in that the foam wasn't totally shredded. I mean, it's got a couple of dings in it, but looks like it's gonna be fine. That steel plate, that's plenty solid. And putting the JB Weld in there, that's going to bond it to that plastic really, really well. Make this whole thing self-supporting, so it's not relying on just 4 little rivets to hold it together. Because I was concerned that this whole thing was just going to come apart under side load and things. Because this one was actually cracked. I had to put some repair that little section right there because it's cracked up the side. But now it's going to hold up. When I washed the cover, I put it in the sink and used Woolite. I was going to use upholstery cleaner, but we didn't happen to have any in stock. It was filthy. I rinsed it and washed it twice. Both times it came out black. The water was just black. So I don't know what they used this for. Maybe they piled tools on it or something. I can't imagine that unless it was an auto parts store. Somebody had a really dirty elbow. And it's ready to be put back in the truck. I suppose if I was being real fancy, I would clean off that little bit of extra JB Weld, and I would have painted the inside of this black. Maybe put some foam in there, because the original had foam in it. I imagine it was to stop anything from rattling. If that does become a problem, I'll put some foam in the inside. But for right now, I think we're done. Now we just got to go out and put it back in. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.